Rachel, thank you for filling in. It is time for you to answer a trivia question that I usually ask Dave at the very beginning of the show.
I'm ready.
But I've got a trivia question specifically for you.
Oh,
Rachel.
God, here we go. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Name 3 one-celled organisms.
Okay. Protocyrus, which is the cousin of Miley Cyrus.
Okay, everybody, check us out at 6 Unseemly on all social media and unseemlyquestions.com.
6 Unseemly Questions!
Welcome to 6 Unseemly Questions. I'm your host, Victor Varnado. This is my sidekick, Rachel Teichman. Rachel Teichman. We've got a great contestant on the show today. Everybody put your hands together for James Mattern. Welcome to the show, James.
What a pleasure, my friend. It's good to be here.
I am so glad you are here. I enjoy your wit.
Thank you. I don't get said that nearly enough. Wit is dope.
We also have great studio audience. Please put your hands together for Rena Calm and Sam Talent. All right, welcome to the show. This is great. You guys can also, talk because it is a podcast. But just saying.
Hi.
Great. James, I'm going to tell you how the show works. And we're going to get started. I'm going to ask you 6 unseemly questions. At the end of each question, I'll ring a bell if I like your answer like this. However, if I do not like your answer, I'll not ring a bell, and I'll tell you why. Regardless of how many bells you get, at the end of the show, we'll decide whether or not your appearance on the show is worth giving you $5 whole. Are you ready?
I'm most ready I've ever been in my life, Victor. Thank you.
All right. It's question number 1. Question number 1. Do people think you're smart?
I think I have somehow fooled people into thinking I'm somewhat smart, and I really like they'll compliment me. I'm like, you probably aren't smart if you think I am. Like I went to public school in Nevada, and so that's done. You're just disqualified from the jump on that shit. Yeah.
Do you think you have imposter syndrome?
Here, I don't know what that is, so that just really fully answers that I shouldn't be considered smart at all. There it is. Like, I feel if I was an imposter, I'd be like, well, that's very interesting, Victor. But I don't know. Someone tried explaining it to me once before, and I just heard something different. And I was like, no, man, it's cool. And I don't know.
All right. You know what? I'm going to give you a bell on that question. I'll tell you why. Because it was very revealing.
I figured there all will be.
It is time for question number 2. But before we do that, can you tell people out there what you do?
I am a comedian. Apparently, I might be an imposter. I guess I'm a podcaster. Do people even say that now? Has this become a thing?
Yes. What, podcasting?
Do you tell people, Victor, that you're a podcaster in addition to a comedian? Like if you meet someone at a party and shit?
No, I tell people I am an artist and I have a podcast. Or I'm an artist and I'm also a comedian or whatever. I do a lot of weird stuff.
I definitely tell people these days that I'm a professional podcaster because I find it ridiculous and also great.
It is absolutely both those things. It is so ridiculous and also kind of great. What do? I'm a podcaster. You can do that? Why not?
Yeah, you totally can. It's all the rage.
Apparently.
It is time for question number 2. Question number 2. If you could get away free and clear, would you kill someone?
No, I wouldn't. But I'm sure that in addition to my answer on question 1, that sigh is very revealing as well. I think that sigh is so revealing.
I think the sigh is like, well, it's tempting, but I wouldn't.
It's tempting. There's something I don't like, Victor. I'll be blunt, and I got bullied. I got anger at times. But I'm still a decent human, God damn it. And I do believe, you get what you get. So I would not murder someone. God damn it, I think about it.
I feel the same way. Like, it is tempting, but no. But it is like tempting.
I think the important
called 100 Bullets, where they give you 100 bullets and you can shoot anyone.
Oh, the comic book, yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm listening, baby. I'm listening.
Yeah.
But
I
it's a
think, like,
twisted conspiracy, though. So there's baggage with that.
That too.
Whatever you call yourself, it's probably best professionally. Whatever you call yourself, it's probably best if you don't have imposter syndrome when you call yourself a good person. And that felt really authentic just now. So I appreciate that.
What do you think, Rena? Would you kill somebody if you could get away with it?
All right. Well, this isn't about me.
I'm just asking you.
I don't think I would like that. No.
Okay. What about you, Sam?
I want to feel everything on this one go round. You know, we only get one ride as far as I'm concerned. You might as well eat from every delicacy.
Okay. Well, you know, I
don't know. If
maybe you would be good in like
a
zombie apocalypse because you'd be like a guy who'd be willing to do what it takes.
Well, yeah, I'm very practical.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's me or them, it's always me.
There it is.
What do you think, Rachel? What
Would
you would do it?
No, I would. Maybe I would if I
You
could
said
kill their.
so calmly, like we thought you were.
It was
No,
very Dexter.
I might kill their spirit, but I would not kill their body.
Great. I don't know how that works. All right. I'm going to give you
Like
a
my
bell.
ex-wife.
It was a great discussion. So there you go. Time for question number 3. Question number 3. Is your podcast good?
I think it's decent. It's one of those things where I think it's good, and then I listened to the first episode, and just like anything else, I go, my voice sounds good, and everything else that comes out of it is rubbish. Just like, I think everyone here has an album. My first album was recorded in October of 2018. It was released August of 2019 because I couldn't listen back to give the notes to put it out. I hate it. I'm always like second guessing myself. No, it's a great podcast. Please don't listen to the idiot who's one half of the host. Go listen to the goddamn thing so we get numbers. And in case there's another pandemic, I can get money with not leaving my house. So yes, it's the best ever. And I'm not an imposter. It's great. This is a good person telling you.
Trust this good person. He's shooting straight.
Straight shooter. Anyone who says they're a straight shooter, though, is clearly not a straight shooter. So I will not say that. Everyone who says that is the most full of shit people ever. I'm a straight shooter. Don't.
Are you calling them gay?
What, a straight shooter? I am not. No.
Why are you doing that, Rachel?
Well, he keeps talking about straight shooters who aren't actually straight shooters. Does that mean they're gay shooters? I just want to know.
Rachel, we get it.
I have no problem telling them that.
It.
I mean, if you want to, it'd be great. They would really self-destruct, Rachel, if that happened. Those type of people, to be quite honest, I think 9 out of 10.
No, Rachel just likes to shoehorn talking about the fact that she's queer into any conversation. So
go bar, dog. Do whatever you need, baby. Free country, 2022.
Yeah, we get it, Rachel.
Wow.
All right. It is. Sorry. I'm going to give you a bell on that question, and I'll tell you why. It's because your podcast is good.
Thank you, my friend.
All right.
That's awesome. That has nothing to do with the answer. That's just a good review.
Plug it.
Yeah,
Plug it, James.
Great.
What's the name of the podcast?
Oh, it's called Thanks for Coming Out, a podcast about bombing. We just
wow. I love that.
About bombing. It's the funnest thing I've ever done. It's unbelievable.
Get me on there. I got some stories.
I would love to, my friend. Yes,
Oh,
everyone. Yeah. We'll bring it on. It's going to be this podcast can last forever.
Yeah.
It is time for question number 4. All right. Question number 4. Are butts funny?
That's a fair question, Victor. I don't know. It's weird because I'm not like. All right, so it's they're shaped weird, but they're also dope. Like it's like I like. I'm a dude, but also, and I'm also not a scatological guy. So when you're asking if butts are funny, it's probably because of farts. But I don't like farts unless it's me and the 3 dudes I grew up with. Then it's still in our 40s. Who gives a piss? But
no, it's who gives a fart.
Yeah. What's that?
I said no. It's not who gives a piss. Who gives a fart?
Well, that too. But I mean, I'm from the rough streets of Las Vegas. We say things a little different, Rachel. So it's who gives a piss. So, but I'm gonna say
I'm from Vegas. We're pissing out of our.
Well, I have for a whole career. But I will say butts are not funny. They're are dope. They're just dope.
All right.
I feel this is the first non-ding. If I'm a betting man from Vegas, if this was DraftKings, I would say no ding is minus 550 right now.
I feel like I don't know what that ratio means, but I do feel like you had a great exploration of your feelings around butts. So I'm going to give you a bell. I'm so sorry to.
Whoa,
Wow.
Big win for the underdog.
Yeah, wow, what'd that pay out?
That pays sweet.
Man, my parlay just got busted.
Yo, dog, who's
Did
gonna
you-
win the Super Bowl next week?
Sorry, did you run the spread on that or?
So minus
But-
550, you'd have to bet 550 to win 100.
I don't really understand gambling. I just thought it was funny to make a pun about spreading a butt.
Well,
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
totally
mean?
got
Okay.
that, Rena. It was a good butt pun.
you're
Thank
proving
you.
that puns are not peasant. It's great.
Yeah.
Or pheasant, whatever. If you want to do that pun, whatever, guys. Nice country.
It is time for question number 5. Question number 5. What's your favorite subject in school?
Oh, I was a fan of history.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I liked it.
Do you continue to be a fan of history?
Yeah, but like not real history. Like I nerd out. If I love something, I nerd out on it. Music, eat it up. Comedy, eat it up. I'm reading a book on The Sopranos. It'd be history. I want to know what the third AD was doing in 1988. I nerd out on that. So it's not real history. I should be researching Polk and shit like that. I mean, I know some of it. I'll go on deep dives in the middle of the night and just look at elections, random elections. So
I totally get that. I enjoy that. You just like random information about tons and tons of things.
out of nowhere, I'll just research shit for
I'm
Super Bowl
exactly
MVPs. It, let's go.
I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same. In fact, so much so that we started a podcast where it's just us reading Wikipedia pages.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's really fun. Just because the information is just so cray. I like it. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you a bell for that. Do you have a historical fact that's your favorite? Like a little. It doesn't have to be from actual history, but it could be a fact about anything that's one of your favorite things to tell people.
Well, this is, I mean, I just said Polk randomly, so this is on top of my head. Apparently, Hail to the Chief was written because of Polk, because President Polk was like a tiny dude. And so when he would come into the room, no one would know the president's in the goddamn room. He's the president, the leader of the free world and shit. And he's conquering all this land. And he probably has, he thinks he's like, a big shot. And no one could tell it's the president. So they created walk-on music for him. Like he's a wrestler.
Oh, wow. That's a great fact.
Yeah, it's coming out like he's goddamn stone cold. Shattered glass. Hail to the Chief. He's
We're definitely going to
just start giving people stunners.
Yeah. Oh,
That's amazing.
Like would have.
Yeah.
They started.
Andrew Jackson clearly would have put people in stunners. Yes.
They started just like hiring or voting for hiring people like Lincoln because it's tall enough. You know what I mean? Like now it's like the showbiz effect. We don't just need the music now. We need a whole production. You got like a flamethrower. That's coming.
Lincoln was tall and he played it down. His big go to if you go, Mr. President, how tall are you? He'd go tall enough to touch the ground. I see you on a stage.
Ooh.
I motherfucking see you.
Didn't
He
he have a
had a-
hilarious voice too?
I don't know. They always impersonate him with that, like hey
Yeah.
there, like some wild deep baritone shit.
Right.
Oh,
I
I
heard it
heard
was
he
kind of
had a
high,
very-
though, right?
I thought it was a nasally, yeah.
Yeah, I heard his voice was
high-pitched
more like, it's me, Abraham Lincoln.
bingo.
But
He
when
had,
I've seen him on things, it's the opposite. So they're not reading history.
He had Marfan syndrome. He had like a
Mhm.
disease
What's that?
that makes people extra big on the outside, but like their insides are a little bit loose. It's kind of like me.
It's like big on the outside, but then their insides are small. Is that what you're saying?
No, just like a little bit like not connected, super strong. Like it's like
Oh.
he wasn't just tall. He had like a reason that his body was like a little bit different.
But it was different than the gigantism.
Yeah, it's like a specific Marfan.
No,
syndrome.
you're right. Robert Wadlow had Marfan syndrome, and he was the tallest man. So I think it is. I think it's a pituitary situation.
Mhm.
All right.
Yo,
Okay,
insides being loose is I've never heard said before, and it's the best thing I've ever heard. Insides are a little loose, fucking wild.
It is time for question number 6. Question number 6, your last question. Which chess piece would you be?
Oh man, this is the. Have you asked this one before? This is the one where
No.
people might self-destruct. Like someone would be like, "I think I'm the knight and I'm the savior, but I'm really a pawn in society." Like I feel like that's where someone will go. I think I'd be the bishop, just because, like I'd be chill. Like I think like I kind of have like that presence around people where I kind of like encourage them and shit. I feel like the bishop in the war would be like, hey man, you can do whatever you want and it's gonna be great. And they'd probably throw God in there. I wouldn't throw God in there, but I would just be like, yo man, it's all gonna work out. The universe is with you.
Wow.
I like that.
I think it's amazing the characteristics you've given to the bishop.
I totally changed the bishop is probably the worst people ever during the wars in the old time of days.
That was the best answer we've had yet.
Yeah. Doesn't the bishop is like cutting diagonal, right? So you're always looking for new angles and shortcuts, probably,
Yeah, between
right?
worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the bishop on the chess table would be like the consigliere in the mafia, and that's what I've always felt like I was.
Love it.
With the 11% Italian I am, even though I identify Italian, I feel like that's it. So that's why I went with bishop. I feel like that's the Silvio and the Tom Hagen of the chessboard.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to say no bell on that
What?
question. Because he
came
just
so
doesn't
close
seem
to a
like a
perfect
bishop
score.
to me, you know?
What do you think, Victor? Am I a pawn?
I feel no, I think you're more like a knight.
Then I think of that song from Karate Kid 2. I'll be your knight in your... Wasn't that in Karate Kid 2, man?
The
Did you
correct
take
lyrics
that?
are I am the knight who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you've been dreaming of.
When are they gonna
Oh,
bring him to
we'll
Cobra
live
Kai?
forever. No one together. We did it all for the glory of love. Sorry. I guess
Excellent.
you just hit a chord in my childhood. All right. Well, thank you for answering all 6 questions. Now it's time to decide whether or not you get $5. But before we do that, can you tell people out there where they can find you?
The James Mattern on Instagram. Think pattern, but with an M. And then Thanks for Coming Out is my new podcast with my boy Shuli. He used to be on the Stern Show. He now lives in Alabama. I have guests come on this couch. We chill. We talk to him through the screen, and we just talk about all that cool shit of bombing. Because look at it. Look at how everyone lit up when I brought up this podcast. Comedians, the best times we have is talking about all the times we've bombed in green rooms, back tables. And yet on social media, in the last 7 years, no one has ever bombed. No one has ever bombed.
Everyone crushes. Everyone's killing.
Best open mic ever. They have
Yeah.
photographers. It looks like the Met Gala. Yeah.
Yep.
So thanks for coming out. Check it out. We also have a Patreon with bonus episodes that we're going to launch. And my album, The Check Spot. You should check that out. The special's coming out too. It's me doing comedy while people pay their bills. I do a Q&A. The worst part of the comedy show.
So you filmed your check spots?
Yeah, I filmed
That's
them.
hilarious.
We released it as an album, and I was told no one would listen to it, and I had to leave record labels to put it out, but we did, and it did well. And then we're gonna have like a special in black and white.
That's great.
Like a Cassavetes film. So there.
That's awesome. Looks like Sam's battery may have died.
Oh God. No, his battery's doing the check spot, bro.
All right. So it is time to decide whether you get $5. We usually canvass the room. We're going to start with you, Rachel. What do you think? Should James get $5 for his appearance on the show?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't have any specific reasons for or against, but I'm feeling a little generous right now.
Look at you.
How magnanimous. Rena, what do you think? Should
Well-
James get... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, you were gonna ask if he should get the $5, and absolutely, I think he should. You can give him my $5 as far as I'm concerned, because that's the real deal right there. We're not talking to an imposter here. Maybe an impodcaster. Okay, that's not even a good one. But I want to just like double down. That's a gambling thing, right?
Mhm.
And say, yeah, you should give him mine too and Sam's, because Sam was so embarrassed. Like his battery looks like he died and he left, but
His
I think
power went out.
he didn't want you to know the truth, which is that he doesn't support you.
Oh, great. Or the power bill. Maybe
There's a
the power
walkout.
bill.
Yeah.
All right. The last person to ask is, of course, you, James. What do you think? Should you get $5 for your appearance on the show?
I'm gonna say no because I have that competitive spirit, and I came close to going perfect. I don't know if you've had a perfect score, so this will get me ready for the next time I come on to try and get 6, because I love like Michael Jordan and that competitive shit, which is going to confuse the 3 of you left on this because none of you like sports. But yes, I'd say, what do you feed a workhorse in the morning? Just enough that they know they're hungry. I know that I'm hungry to try and get 6 for 6 next time.
All right. Well, challenge accepted. We'll see what happens next time you come on the show. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming. You were great.
Thank
A great
you,
contestant.
man. A blast.
All right, Rachel, it is time to find out what you learned from this week's show.
I learned that are good, but butts aren't funny.
Touchdown.
Great, good enough. All right, everybody, check us out at 6 Unseemly on all social media at unseemlyquestions.com.
.com.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.